Man, what's up? Big Sean, good music in the building. You watching How Many Days, alright? Stay tuned.
My name is Gavin Michael Booth. How Many Days is my mission to meet the people who've inspired my filmmaking career the most. Every day, I'll post a video and it's up to you, combined with the power of the World Wide Web, to help me catch their attention.
My name is Brady Thrasher. I'm the president of Affected Campaign. Affected is a cause marketing consumer product. Basically, saying it simple, it's a charitable-driven clothing line where you purchase a shirt like this and you give to any registered organization worldwide. So if you hit the site www.affectedcampaign.com, you can brand yourself positive in society, showing you do care about change and you have been affected. You're in a minute going to see an interview with Big Sean. He came down to Windsor for an event. We're trying to promote him over here, and he's a big supporter of Affected, and he's actually signed to Kanye West. He's a very talented artist, and you need to hit his website, youknowbigshawn.com. He actually has an interview right after I'm done talking, so enjoy it, and please look up him. Big Sean, finally famous, Affected Campaign, How Many Days?
Okay, just to show you what happens in production here in How Many Days, finally get Brady over here, finally get everything going. He's got a bad head cold right now, so he just did all that in between sniffling. Welcome to being in the winter in Canada. What happens? Cell phone starts beeping. I hear Lindsay coming down the stairs. I forgot that the radio's on in the background. I'm not blaming you. And then I hear that the clock has to chime in as loud as it possibly can. So, I mean, you know, Hollywood on our set for Still Here would have been, you know, his hair would have been more frazzled than normal. But anyways, let's check out Big Sean.
Look, you already know what it is. Big Sean, good music in the building, alright? I'm here with my boy Brady, Affected Campaign. What's up?
Thank you, my man. Tell them about what you got going on. Obviously, the album, very anticipated mixtape. Tell us what kind of project you're working on.
Man, the best project in the world. Finally Famous, the album. You know, that's like my debut album I've been working on like my whole life and shit. And it's, I'm proud of it. You know, it's coming out on Good Music Def Jam. I got people on there like, of course, Pharrell, Kanye, John Legend. Oh yeah, and The Dream. You know, most importantly, I got myself on there though. You know?
No doubt.
But no, it's really gonna be a good piece of work. You know, I'm super proud of it. It's something I've been working on my whole life. So.
Well, what do you think inspired you to get to that level, though? Obviously, you're signed by Ye, and you've known him for a few years.
Yeah, I mean, I get inspiration from, you know, people, experiences. Like, I think that's the beauty of the album. You know, a lot of people make music nowadays to make music and to sell it. And the way I make my music is I just go about day to day. Even when it's songs like Get You Some, like, I love, like, fresh shit. Like, I love, like, good, crazy backpacks and, like, fresh shirts and everything. So, but then it's like, you know, I talk about everything from, like, my mom to, like, you know, struggling from trying to get that dollar, from trying to, like, you know, from every subject is basically on the album. So I get, and of course people like Ye inspire me, you know, my idols and shit, Common, Jay.
How was it working with them then?
Unreal. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm still waiting to, like, wake up, you know what I'm saying? It's like, when you live your dream, shit is the best. Like, you wake up every day just, like, wanting to do that shit, you know what I'm saying?
How does that happen? How do you get to the point of having the dream to living the dream? I mean, what broke it for you? What happened?
Man, getting signed to Kanye, I think, is when the day when I signed on the dotted line to Good Music and then to Def Jam. I remember the ironic thing is when I was like 8 years old, my boy was like, so what do you want to be? You know, or teachers ask you what you want to be. I said, I want to be a rapper. And, you know, they're like, uh-oh, a rapper, you know. Because every black kid from Detroit wants to be a rapper or a basketball player, you know. I just feel like you could do anything you want to do, like, period. No matter if you want to fucking, like, fly to Mars, man. Like, whatever you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, for me to, like, wake up and be a rapper, it's, like, the greatest thing in the world. Like, I wouldn't trade that shit for anything. Finally Famous, you know, that's the name of my album. That's the name of, like, my clique, you know, back from Detroit. And the meaning of, like, Finally Famous is just doing something spectacularly, doing something above average. And that's what we do with all our events, you know, with my music, or with everything we do. So we definitely have, like, a lot of people, you know, I actually am inspired and came up around a lot of people who, like, you know, who I definitely need to go back and bring on, because it's, like, crazy talent. If anybody knows the Detroit hip-hop scene, like, you ask people outside of Detroit, Like, you ask, like, the best producers who the best producer is, they'll say Jay Dilla. You know what I'm saying? Or you ask, like, who the best rapper is, just probably maybe a Detroit rapper. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, like, I'm definitely excited about, like, being able to extend the arm to artists in Detroit. You know BigSean.com, I'm on there every day. Yeah, I didn't have, you know, I never went to school. You know, I graduated high school with, like, a 3.8. Was always a smart kid, you know, gave up college, those college years. You know, sacrificed a lot of things, but it's just what you got to do. And, you know, sometimes that shit does get overwhelming, you know? Like, shit, like, sometimes you just stressed out. Sometimes you can't take it. Sometimes you need a break. But, you know, all in all, it's what you need to do and what you want to do and what you love to do. I'm on a great label, fortunately. Island Def Jam. It's, like, the best ideal label, you know, rapper to be on, Def Jam. No doubt. And I'm on the greatest label in the world, Good Music. So, you know, my, like, situation is I'm very, very blessed. And I really, like, wouldn't trade that shit for the world. I'm in the best spot I could be in. But it's some artists on Def Jam or on other big labels who haven't even met the CEOs. Like, at least I've sat down with L.A. Reid and, like, Kanye. It's some artists that don't even get to meet them and shit. They just get signed by A&R, and it's like their project doesn't move and shit isn't moving, and they've shot videos and they've done all this type of shit. And, you know, they never even, like, that shit just, something happens to them. They get lost in the sauce.
Now, how do you know Brady, and what do you think about what he's trying to do with his T-shirt company with Affected?
Brady and the Affected T-shirt company is, like, a great concept to me. Like, it drew me in as soon as I heard about it. And then, like, just meeting Brady personally, it just made me, like, you know, when you see good people and meet good people, it just draws you in, you know, to what they're doing. So, like, you know, the fact that he's interested in people's, like, charities and, like, you know, the shirts is dope. And, I mean, just the whole concept to me is just a great-ass idea. It's one of them ideas where it's like, damn, I wonder why nobody else thought of that, like, sooner, you know? Make sure you hit up www.youknowbigsean.com, alright? That's UKNOWBIGSEAN. Hit it up, alright? Come holler at me. I'm, like, the happiest I could be. I think even just, like, this interview, just talking about, like, people who I met and things that I've done are really making me happy.
So definitely check out Big Sean's website. You know Big Sean, the letter U, KNOWBIGSEAN.com. Affected campaign also. Hit the website, get a shirt, represent yourself. It's a very positive movement. How many days? You got to stay tuned on that as well. Big things coming in 09.
And Brady, I don't know if you're aware, I have to keep adjusting the light here, that Ellen is in fact a big fan of Kanye West and has him on the show.
Well, I'm hoping to be on the show soon, so Kanye, make it happen, baby.
Well, there you go. Maybe Kanye will be the end to Ellen. But remember, the goal is Brady's Affected campaign, which is so wonderful. If you haven't looked at the website, look at it right away. The goal is to get him on the Ellen Degeneres show instead of, you know, somebody who's inspired him or whatever. It's a cause that hopefully will inspire Ellen to have him on the show. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust the camera and talk and do everything all at once. But I got to go say bye to my girlfriend, so goodbye to everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow because, of course, there's going to be another video.
Visit howmanydays.ca to find out who's on my list. I won't stop until I've met face-to-face with these artists.